Well, hello and welcome to one more Friday here in July. It is Friday, July 30th, 2021, and this is Cord Cutting Weekly, the show where we wrap up the past week in cord cutting and streaming news. And yes, we're closing out the month of July and heading straight into August, but before we flip the calendar, we have some news to talk about, including Hulu and the NFL making a new deal, Scarlett Johansson taking aim at Disney, new additions coming to the Roku channel, and more. But first, yes indeed, if you haven't done so already, please do take a moment to consider clicking those like and subscribe buttons down below. They help us out a ton, and hey, you'll be joining a great community at the same time. And by the way, if this is your first time checking out our channel and Cord Cutting Weekly in particular, just a heads up that for all of the stories we're about to discuss here, we'll have links to the post about each topic included in our video description down below. And those links will bring you over to our news website, cordcuttersnews.com. And with all that being said, let's head straight into the news, starting with Hulu and the NFL. This week we learned that Hulu is now offering access to the NFL Network as part of its live TV streaming plan. The announcement came on Thursday, and it means the football-focused channel will be available to all live TV subscribers at the base $64.99 per month price. But if you need more football content, there's also a new sports add-on that you can, well, add on. That one includes access to NFL RedZone, along with options like the Outdoor Channel, the Sportsman's Channel, and more. The new sports add-on is also available starting this week at $9.99 per month on top of your regular subscription rate. Of course, these new additions come at a good time for Hulu users, with the 2021 football season about to kick off in just over a month and preseason matchups starting next week. And yes, you can find out more details about the new additions in our post link down below in the video description. In movie news this week, the Wall Street Journal reported that actress Scarlett Johansson has filed a lawsuit against Disney for breach of contract. The issue centers on the recently released Black Widow, which premiered in both theaters, as well as Disney Plus's Premier Access option. The star of the film reportedly claims her contract guaranteed a release exclusively in theaters and that her pay was dependent on Black Widow's performance at the box office. And that pay could have been impacted by Disney's decision to split the premiere between physical theaters and its own streaming service. Now, this isn't the first time during the pandemic where filmmakers and the companies distributing those movies have disagreed on how to release films when in-person gathering is still a concern, but we'll definitely keep watch on this issue. And we'll also keep an eye out to see if others follow suit. In Roku news, the company's free streaming offering, aka the Roku channel, announced it's adding a slate of movies and TV shows for the month of August. In all, some 37 movies and a trio of new TV shows are headed to the free streaming service. Some of the highlights include Alien and Aliens, as well as The Silence of the Lambs and Kung Fu Panda 1 and 2. If you want to check out the full list of upcoming editions, we have a post for you to check out. It's linked down below in the video description, and again, those titles are all slated to arrive on the Roku channel starting in August, which is suddenly just a few days away. Meanwhile, it looks like Peacock is getting ready to spread its wings in Europe later this year. NBC's streaming service is setting its sights on launches in the UK, Ireland, Italy, Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. The move would make Peacock available at no additional cost to some 20 million Sky customers who are signed up for Sky Q, Now, or Sky Ticket subscriptions. And we don't yet have a hard launch date for the countries mentioned, but NBC is still eyeing 2021, so we'll keep a close eye on when the streaming service takes flight in Europe. Stay tuned. And while we're on the subject of Peacock, parent company Comcast also mentioned that its streaming service ended the second quarter of 2021 with 54 million signups, including 20 million monthly active users. As for how many of those signups and users are on the free ad-supported plan versus a paid plan, well, Comcast didn't break out its numbers to that level of detail, but it did cite big releases like Boss Baby 2 as part of the driving force behind its recent growth. And of course, the 2020 Olympics were also cited as a major reason for the growth, so it'll be interesting to see how the streaming service fares once the Summer Games conclude. Time will tell, of course, but it looks like Peacock had itself a pretty active second quarter. And with the pending launches in several countries in Europe, it looks like the next couple of quarters could be fascinating as well. Moving on this week, Dish Network announced it's finally reached an agreement with WarnerMedia that will bring HBO Max, HBO, and Cinemax to Dish TV customers. The agreement also includes a 10-day free preview of HBO and Cinemax from August 6th to August 15th. Now, this particular deal has some history, with Dish removing HBO and Cinemax from Dish as well as Sling TV back in 2018 after the two sides failed to agree on the terms of a renewal deal. Now, however, Dish customers can subscribe to the HBO Max ad-free plan for $12 per month for 12 months if they sign up by October 27th. And yes, that is a discount off the regular $14.99 per month asking price. Meanwhile, Cinemax will be available for $10 per month. And while this is big news for Dish users, we should also point out that Sling TV was not mentioned in this announcement. We'll be monitoring the story to see if the premium channels arrive on Sling at some point, but for now, heads up to all you Dish customers out there, HBO and Cinemax are coming back, and they're bringing some initial discounts with them as well. This week saw fuboTV expand upon its library of ABC affiliates once again. We shared a story recently about the live TV streaming service offering up more local ABC stations, and they're back again this week with some 24 more markets joining the party. As you might expect, we have a full list of the newly added affiliates included in our full post link down below in the video description, but some of the newcomers to the service include WCVB in Boston, KOCO in Oklahoma City, KXLY in Spokane, and WISN in Milwaukee. And if you're curious about whether fuboTV is currently carrying your local stations, our post also includes a link to the company's running list of supported markets, so you can see if the live TV streaming service offers your local ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox stations, and more. And finally this week, we'd be remiss if we didn't at least acknowledge that Disney piqued our interest this week when the company started dropping hints about a new verified Twitter account known simply as The Streamer. As attention grew and the mystery evolved, we were left to wonder what exactly the company had planned. Could it be some new evolution of the Disney bundle, a new brand of some kind? Well, early updates weren't terribly revealing, including a live stream of, well, a stream that still attracted thousands of viewers. But as the week progressed, the curtain was pulled back to reveal The Streamer was, in fact, a new marketing push headlined by actor Dave Bautista. The ad campaign appears to focus on the company's existing $13.99 per month bundle that includes Disney+, Hulu, and ESPN+. So, no, not quite the revelation we were expecting, but if you were curious what all the fuss was about earlier in the week, well, there you go. And that wraps up another week of cord cutting and streaming news. And as we always say around here, thank you for tuning in. And if you haven't done so just yet, please do consider clicking on those like and subscribe buttons down below. They help signal to YouTube that it should maybe, possibly recommend our channel to more and more people, which helps us build an even bigger cord-cutting community. So we'd really appreciate the help, and you'd also be subscribing to a pretty cool channel. On Wednesdays, Jess hosts our live Q&A sessions, and then on Thursdays, we dive deep into specific topics like hardware reviews, new streaming service previews, and more. And speaking of, don't forget to check out this week's video. It's part 1 of our recap of the Cord Cutters News Summer Survey 2021. We asked for your opinions in a variety of categories, including your current live TV streaming service, your go-to free streaming options, how much you're paying for streaming, and more.
So the next question we asked was, how much do you pay per month for streaming subscriptions in total? And this one was kind of interesting to me too. We gave you a range of prices to choose from, and 37.7% said that they spend $51 to $99 a month on streaming services. And then 19% said $11 to $30, 18.2% said $31 to $50, 14.2% said over $100 a month.
So definitely check that video out and stay tuned for part 2 coming soon. And don't forget to check back every Friday right here for Cord Cutting Weekly, where, again, we wrap up all the biggest streaming stories from the past week. For now, though, my name is Philip Palermo. Thank you all for tuning in this week, and we'll see you all next time. Have a wonderful and safe weekend. Take care.